Hello everyone, welcome back to episode number 8 of our Frosty Planet DLC. We are going to start off this episode by kind of fixing the gas pipe situation we have here. Somehow we got a bunch of oxygen. It's probably because if we look at the materials, this is not set properly, unfortunately. So we will have to adjust that and fix it before we can continue. So we will just fix that first before we do anything else. We'll do a slower speed so we don't have any issues with this. And then I think if we can just adjust a little bit, it should be fine. Here's what we'll do. We'll just have a gas ventilation pipe. We'll do a filter. And what we will do this for is right there. Then it'll go down, and then we will go over. This one will be oxygen. We will filter the oxygen out of this, and then we will just send the hydrogen back over in this direction down here, like that. So that's just what we're gonna do to get rid of the oxygen that's in the line currently. Yeah, we don't want to send anything there, so we're just going to shut this off for now, and then allow some of this to go back and forth. We should move a duplicate in here, see if we can get that material to change from oxygen to the other one. Let's see. All right, so let's see here. We have oxygen, oxygen, okay. So yeah, they'll fix that, and it should give us some relief on the issue there. We have a bunch of hydrogen generators over here. Let's change the priority a little bit. Let's get this done a little bit higher on the list. That way everything stays oxygenized, I want to say, right? So our goal here is to move any of the different power generation stuff out of the area that's going to be cold. The idea here is we want to cool everything in this vicinity. Eventually we will have like a wall completely separating the cold side from the warm side, and that should really allow us to capture the cold and not let it seep from the area into the area that we're trying to keep warm for the duplicates. So by that point we should have both like warm clothing and even mammoths. I mean, we have some mammoths just sitting down here that we could probably grab pretty easily, but I think right now our focus is to continue with the oxygen production, make sure that everything is working the way we want it to, and so on and so forth. So let's just do that for now. What I wanted to create is extra piping into the reservoir, and the reason that we want to do this is to provide kind of a solution to this issue here. It creates kind of what we call a not a filter. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of, oh, what's the word? Everybody's gonna hear this and gonna be like, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like it just adds an extra section for the oxygen to flow into when it's not presently going up and out into the base, right? So that's kind of what we're trying to do here, and like a backflow almost, but not really. Okay, so that didn't get made the way we wanted it to, so let's do this. There we go. So we'll have a gas filter here. So the potential load is pretty high on that one. What about this one? This one also has a potential load. So if all of this was going at the same time, that would be bad. So why don't we just attach it to this one for now? Because we are going to add power, like our power spine all the way up here. So that's kind of, it's going to go all the way up through each row. That's where I would like to make it nice and simple. There we go. Get some of this stuff. Insufficient oxygen generation. Yeah, we didn't produce a lot, only because we're reaching this max gas pressure, right? We have oxygen in here. We do need to get this wiring done so we can filter out the oxygen. And now we don't have power. Oh no. So we descend some of that directly here. Let's get rid of that. The pipe that has oxygen in it. Get rid of this pipe right here and this one. Because if you delete the pipe, then it just gives you the oxygen, and that should help with the issue. Well, we need to change this anyways, so I'm okay with this. There we go. We wouldn't need a filter if I did it right the first time, huh? That's alright. Alright. So now they shouldn't be running out of power. Okay, we're gonna move it up to the next speed since we do have a good amount of stuff queued up for them to complete. There we go. So we want to filter oxygen. And now we do... What do we need to do? We need to cut this here. And that's the output. Oh yeah, we need to go like this. Cut that. There we go. We're just changing everything here, making it look better. And then once that is completed, we'll let all these run out of oxygen. Not oxygen, hydrogen. And then we'll remove them. And then start creating our mini power spine over here. Honestly, it would probably be better if we went 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is going to provide us with a fair amount of space to create our power spine, right? There we go. Much better. Just get rid of these. Throw this that way. Same thing with this. There we go. Now we can get rid of the extra pipes. Can they reach these? They should be able to reach those. Come on. Let's get that done so we can filter out any of the oxygen. Let's do above 1. We'll just change that so that way it sends out all that oxygen and just filters it out of the system here. Now, why is this not intake, output? This is going, oh, over here. That would be why. Got it. Sending out the oxygen, perfect. Alright, now is all of that hydrogen? It is not. What we want to change this to 750. There we go. We'll leave this alone for a while, let this accrue quite a bit of hydrogen inside of it, and then when we know that we won't have the oxygen issue anymore, then we will change this and get rid of this whole setup. Let's go like this. There we go. I thought about putting it over here, but I was thinking it's probably better to do the way we're going right now. And then what we'll do is we'll make this a little bit bigger on the end. This is specifically to keep it cold, so it's a nice little barrier in between. But let's do that. Okay, fertilization. We need to make sure that we are getting them nice and harvest ready for all of these. Oh my gosh. You know, I wonder if the Sweetles would be able to tend these. Or the Grubs. That might be cool to try. If we could get them to go in here. Man, I really want to figure out how to use the geothermal heat pump. And I think the only way to do it is if we go to the vents. Vent 1, 2... We have to reconnect them. So I think that's like... What? These? No, not vent. Plumbing, maybe? No. Reconnect to the geo vent. Okay, so you just have to click on reconnect. It doesn't really say... Like, you don't need to connect it by building stuff. It'll be really interesting to see what happens when we turn that on. But before we do that, we need to encapsulate this area so it doesn't get warm. Use the anti-entropy thermal nullifier. Probably create a vacuum around it so heat does not transfer at all. And then keep it nice and cold all the way around this little square. And then this square will be warmer so that the duplicants don't need the heater. At least that's how I want to do it. We'll see if we can get to that. New log entry. What do we got here? Lots of entries. Perfect. Submit the bioscan again. Okay, these are going. So now we can start deconstructing this. We won't be able to fully get rid of the power transformers until we have the mini backbone over here. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. Oh, we don't need this. And this isn't really going anywhere. Oh, I see what we were doing. Never mind. Go like this. That'll be just for the SPOM. This needs to be a higher priority. For sure. Much better. And then now, I'm trying to think what the best option will be for, say, we want the mammoths. So I think if we just keep going up and we'll have another row of them, I would prefer to have them right next to this. So I don't know, maybe it would be good to go down a row and then have this area for the mammoths, but I just want to make sure that we have enough room and we're not scrunching our space down too much. So we're gonna really need to pay attention on what we're doing. Okay, we've got another duplicate option, or a Bimini egg. I think we're gonna go with the Bimini egg. That's really cool. And, you know, as I was doing the research, it seems like using the mammoths for getting the carnivore achievement on this asteroid is the only way to do that. The floxes, I don't think that they work for that. Especially because you really have to have a really good setup with the pike apple bushes, and you can't bury them. You can't put them in a farm tile if you're trying to do both achievements. So I think that will be the only way to get the achievement, is to go straight for mammoths and try to tame them right away. Okay, there we go. We have so many of these alveo vera plants. I'm pretty sure we won't need any more. They just chew through this carbon dioxide. This is so cool to see. Alright, so that's working right. That's working great. We can cut this here. We won't need this one anymore, so let's get rid of this. Let's go to all of these. No, just this part right here, because this part is still working. We need to attach this. Otherwise, we're going to run out of water. So let's do that first. We'll have this go. Yeah, all this needs to be done like right now. And we want to get this set up because it's going to have extra hydrogen. We'll throw another we'll leave the manual generator right now, since that's going to provide the power that we need to run these temporarily. If we need another one, we can throw another manual generator. And then also, yeah, that's just how I think we'll be able to do that. Oh, we have our fossil. We like fossils, that's for sure. Seen that a couple of times now, so I think other people have as well. Well, we're getting better on the oxygen production. But I think we need to change the pipe. I think we need to go like this. There we go. Now it looks a lot better. Let's see, do we still have hydrogen in all that? We do. I think it's safe to go like this. And then when that gets pushed through, now we can cut this off. Get rid of all of these extra pipes. Trying to get rid of any spaghetti. We don't want any spaghetti, right? Nobody likes spaghetti. Well, I can't say that nobody likes regular spaghetti, but nobody likes wire spaghetti or gas pipe spaghetti, right? There we go. Much better. And then we want one of you here. Iron. Cancel those. We just want to get these done so we can attach the wire over here. We'll need another one up here, but we won't have it at a super high priority. There we go. If we make that a higher priority, then they'll probably go on both directions, right? We're trying to make it a little bit more of an important task for them, so we can get through this battery issue kind of like right away. Okay, good. Fantastic. This one's running out of power. Let's do this for now. We have enough food for a minute. We are just going to power both of these. They're just this transformer for right now. That way we can keep making oxygen. Like, we have some water in the pipe, but probably not enough. Long term? Let's see, what's the temperature like? Oh yeah, that's pretty warm. It's pretty warm, that's for sure. Let's look at the oxygen flowing. So we've got, it's coming in at 33 and going out at 55. Oh boy. Yeah, it's doing the opposite effect. It was coming out way warmer than we wanted it to, and then we use that to help warm things up. We need to change this. This needs to go kind of like this instead. Yeah. I'd rather do that instead of having it get super hot. Okay, what's on this one? 1.2. Yeah, this is what we want to power. All this right here. And we'll need the battery. Get rid of these, get rid of that. There we go. These things are coming together pretty quickly. Alright, so we are going to need another one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put it right here. Okay, and then we want to go over and down and over to touch that one. And then we'll take apart these. There we go. Much better. That way we're getting rid of all this power and everything's going to look so much nicer. Do we need... What do we need to do here? We don't need to do anything with that. Let's just let them catch up and then we will worry about fixing the wires and the piping and everything in a minute. Okay. Oh no. Oh boy. I made a huge mistake. Well, the good news is it's on the outside of this area. That's I have a habit of hitting B quite a bit when I click on something, so I must have clicked on this one and then hit B, and then it made the gas pipes. Okay, come on, we can do it. Utilities, so we did do some more research, it looks like. Polymer press. Okay. Yeah, let's just get this all done. It'll make me feel better when it's all completed and then it looks nice and shiny. You know, like almost like a new car smell. Alright, what do we got here? How much farther down? Okay, so the bottom is right underneath this, so that means it must be warmer. It is warmer down here, okay. It's warmer around that one as well, and then warmer around that one too. Okay. There we go. Now things are starting to get set up the way we want them. We want iron. There we go. What are we doing here? I see. Okay. No. Wrong one. We want to use regular ore, like iron, because I think we don't know yet if cinnabar ore can be we don't know if it's finite or not, so we don't want to have any issues with that, like using it and then yeah, we don't want to use all the cinnabar ore and then have to change it back later to something else. Okay. Auction is looking good. We have a lot of patties. Don't know what we could do with that. Maybe we can compost it? Oh, it can be crushed to extract phosphorate and clay. Okay. So that would be a rock crusher, right? So we got a rock crusher, clay, phosphorate. Got it. It's not terrible. Okay, this is all getting done reasonably. Let's see if we can double check our work. Water looks good. We're providing water to a couple of different things right now. This is almost filled. That's not good. What's the temperature in here? It's 20 degrees. Okay, so if we went like this, it should be fine. Let's put this at a... Oh, it is at the highest priority. How about the highest priority? There we go. And then we cut the pipes off here. And now this doesn't have power. We'll connect it. Cold damage. Now, it says cold damage, but... here's what we'll do. We will send it in there, and then... wait. What are we doing here? Oh, this is the out. Okay, hold on. Up and up. Cut the pipe there. Cut the pipe there, and then... okay, so let's see if that works. We're gonna check out the temperature. Okay, it's 6 degrees, 20. Okay, we're not having any issues. So this is going to go down and fill up with the germy water. And then the last part to this is it's going to go and fill up and have our everlasting loop for the duplicants to go to the bathroom. Hopefully that stays at that temperature and we don't go too low. Let's see if we can keep that nice and above 5 degrees would be ideal. So I think the temperature change doesn't happen as much while they're inside of the reservoir. So when you have a ton of water at the same temperature, it tends to stay at that temperature, right? Even when you cool down the reservoir, I think it takes a while for whatever's inside of it to go even lower than that. Eventually what we will do is have a chlorine bath for this stuff here, just to make it easier and we don't have to deal with germs. And then we will have two different outputs. One output to provide us with the water to move out of the loop, and then the other one to provide us with water back into the sinks and the laboratories. Omelets. We like omelets. I like omelets. I don't know about you. Okay. Fertilization. Okay, they need someone to throw ice in them. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. There we go. Alright, so now that that's done, we can get rid of the reservoir. We have a good amount of this stuff completed. If we need to warm up the water in here, we can, because we have the tepidizer. It's on its own separate transformer. I think the next move, I'm not going to put that there. I'm just going to mine that instead, and then put this here. Also, for future reference, this is a bad idea to have your tank of water at the bottom of the ladders in case an accident happens. So I would recommend not doing that. Maybe like putting the reservoir over here or somewhere that's not at the bottom of your fire pole. It's probably a better idea. I just did it because it was convenient and I thought this was going to be my middle of the building instead. This will probably change later on, so that way it's not like that. Once we have a better, more steady thing of water, that is. So let's see if we can find any of those geysers. This is saltwater geyser. Oh, there's another fossil. So 1, 2. Where's the third fossil? Did we find it already? I don't remember seeing it. There should be a third fossil somewhere around here. Okay, let's look at our star map really quick. Let's click on this one. We have 4 unknown geysers. Okay. Icy nectar meteor shower. Oh, that's neat. Okay. Alright, well, that's fine. Not really a big deal. Alright, so we have power going to those. We can get rid of that one right there. How is this looking? Pretty good. Let's get rid of this extra piping that we don't need anymore so we can get some of our materials back. We could be doing some research. Let's take a look at the research here. We'll need the yellow science, so let's get that right now. That'll help our research out. We can get rid of this and this here. Alright, so that looks pretty good. We aren't producing enough hydrogen to keep these overly balanced. I think it might be a good idea to add, I'm going to call it an athletics training facility, but we all know it's just an extra couple wheels to keep the power working. Okay, it's looking great. This is going to take a little bit of time to catch up to, but I think that overall we've really pushed them to get the power spine, and then next is going to be to kind of start ramping up the separation between these two. So this area needs to be completely stopped from the other side. And then probably have a sort of liquid lock and then Atmos suit going into the other side. And then over here, probably in this vicinity, or even like up here, we would do, or even straight up above, some sort of brick for all the heat producing structures, like all cooking and everything else, those kinds of things, because they do generate a little bit of heat. If we go to our temperature gauge, you can see the little heat icon. They all add heat. If they're constantly in use, they will overheat. So if you don't have it made out of the right material, that is. Okay, now I'm not sure where that came from, but it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Don't need those right now. Don't need that right now. We just need to add this extra row so we have more power, because it's not connected anymore. Yeah, we could do, let's do this. Let's add this across, not this weird pattern here. Yeah, we'll add those directly to these right here. That should help a little bit with this power, so we don't have to worry about them completing the whole thing for us to be able to cook food. This also should be a high priority. It is good. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm definitely happy with that. Let's enable auto harvest on the plume squash. And then what is our temperature range here? It is pretty warm compared to up here at the negatives. What are they like? What is the mammoth like for temperature? Negative 100 to 100. Okay, 30 to 70. Wait, comfort range was 30 to 70? Okay. So they would prefer a warmer area, which would be down here-ish. Oh, right here, 1, and then 2, and then the other one's all the way over here. 3. There we go. It's a much better way to find all that stuff. Oh, they can't reach that. Whoopsie. That would be helpful, right? Yeah, it does look crowded in there. But we can't change that unless we put eggs in somewhere like here, which we probably could do. Yeah, we'll just throw eggs in here for now. Since we aren't incubating them, we aren't taking care of them really. We're not going to remove them from the farm. We just want to get the eggs out of here so they keep on grabbing it. So they can reproduce more and then not have any issues. Okay. See, there's one. No. Okay, they're throwing snow in there. Got it. Eventually this will get cold enough to where we won't have to really worry about the temperature going from one side to the next. Oh, I see. Alright. Yeah, so far these have been doing great. I have no complaints about the Alveo Vera plants. I think that they were a really good addition to the game so far. And I think that overall, as long as you are managing your oxygen input and output, and what I mean by that is how much oxygen you are creating versus consuming, and then how much carbon dioxide you have versus and are using to make for these compared to how much you're creating. It's another one. Like the inputs and outputs, they make so much difference in the game. And it's not just for this kind of stuff either. It's for everything else that you create. You know, it's one of those things that takes a little bit of time getting used to, but if you know how much a duplicate eats, for example, you know that each one is 1,000 per cycle, so that's 8,000 per cycle. That means we have enough food for 4 cycles right now, right? So it's just managing how much of everything you can get, and unless you have a deep freezer, right, then you'll probably need to make food pretty quick here. Those kinds of things. Just, it's all about managing every little aspect in a way that can be the most efficient, if possible. Okay, we need to sweep that. Oh, we do have 2 composts. So it is 20.5 degrees. Now, that's probably from the ice here. Look at the temperature. Yeah, it's still cold. Just so knowing what your buildings produce, right? So wood heater, obviously, it burns wood, brings out carbon dioxide, right? So if you have more than one of these, you can see 4,000 milligrams times 2, because we have 2 of them going. That's 8,000 milligrams. Okay, well, how much do these consume? It's, where does it say it? 2,000 milligrams, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these just for one of these wood heaters, or both of those wood heaters, right? Because they consume 2,000 each. But then you also have to look at, pause for a second. What does it say? Exhaling 2,000 milligrams. So if we have 8 times 2, 16, right? So 16 plus 4,000, one for each of those, that's 20,000. And each of these takes care of 2,000. So 10 of these should be enough. We are overkilling it, probably by a lot, but I'd rather overkill and be a little zealous on this part than not be capable of handling all of the carbon dioxide. Because before it was really bad. It was really tight on the air. We didn't have this at all. We had mostly red all over the place. It was really bad. So we're in a really good place now that we're able to handle all the inputs and outputs of carbon dioxide and oxygen and everything. We'll need to open this up. Okay, so I think what we should do with this now is, I think we're going to move where the water is located. I want to move it closer and away from this area so then we can use this for the mammoths. I think that would be better so in the long term of things. So we're going to slowly convert this area right here to the same thing that we have up here. Like this, and then on the end we will have one of those, and we'll have a water one right there. Okay, and that's kind of what I want to do. I want to have a whole different area dedicated for this. They'll be able to get into it from over here, and we will put a insulated tile all the way across the board for that as well. So I think that we'll turn this up on the priority list, and we'll start accumulating water. Probably build this all the way over and then have it drop inside of it. Actually, you know what might be easier? If we, once that's done, I will put a liquid vent right here and it'll just drop right inside. So that'll be nice and easy. Okay. How's the temperature in here? Still in the negatives around this vicinity. My goodness. Okay, let's not get stuck. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so instead of making this weird, crazy looking thing, let's move this over one instead. I'd rather have it to where both of these are in alignment, so that way if we wanted to change this right here, we can, right? And then we will just easily add this all the way across. And this one goes all the way across as well. They won't get stuck because they have a ladder to get out. But we want to take care of these first before we do anything else. And then we want a liquid pump right here. It'll be right at the bottom. Actually, let's not have that exactly right there. Let's put it down one. We want two of them. We want it down one, and then I want to have 1, 2, 3. I'll put that after all that's built. So that'll be nice and easy for us to complete. Everything over here looks good. We've ran out of power for a little bit, but we should be okay in the long term. So if we look at our generation, let's scroll down. We have petroleum generator, which we could use with the ethanol. That might be the route to go. We'll have to wait and see. If we did that, we would need to take care of, we'd probably only be able to make one. So we would put that like over here behind this, and then this would go down and over. We'll have to think about it. Think about what's the easiest way to do this. Alright, all that needs to get done. Let's go. Thank you. Let's take a look at our skills. We have research, grilling, super hard digging, and more research. What else do we have? Crop tending, improved farming. Let's put some supplying around, because supplying is really nice to have. Research and medical compounding. I don't know about that. We'll wait for that a little bit. There we go. Some extra digging never hurt anybody. Oh yeah, that's leaching out. So if we put it over here, we can kind of consolidate that heat behind the wall a little bit more that we're creating. Use this area specifically for the mammoths, and it'll be closer to the warm area. Alveo Vera seed. I think we're gonna get another duplicate actually. Attribute bonus while stressed, increases food morale. Shabby dresser, decrease husbandry. Yeah, we'll do Freya. We'll let Freya in. She's cool, I think. Let's take a look. Bio. Freya. Really good at suit wearing and digging. Okay, cool. We are going to need another bedroom. And that means another one of these. So we're going to change the layout of this one here. We're going to need some wood tiles. We have plenty of wood. There we go. Much better. Let's grab some of this stuff. There we go. Much better. Adding an extra duplicate really helps fill out more and more of this stuff. We don't get behind on things, and everything seems to starts getting done much faster. So it's kind of why I think it was a good idea to get another duplicate in this. Let's go with no. We go over that one because it will not have enough power. And then this is going to go straight down. And then we'll have another liquid teppidizer right there if we need it. And now we are stuck. You know, it would be really helpful if duplicates didn't get stuck so much. We have a yodeler though. I didn't realize we had a yodeler. That's so awesome. Let's turn this up on a priority scale here. We want to get all this moved out of the area. Oh, okay, so all that polluted water was kind of just sitting there. Let's move it out of here. We don't want it inside of the water. Okay. Oh wait, what am I doing here? We don't want it attached to that. We want it going straight up. To this one, and then this is going to connect here. And then we are going to disconnect this stuff soon. Alright. Looks pretty good. Starting to file out. Okay, we really need to move the polluted ice outside of this though, because it's going to melt when all that water comes in. So let's turn that to a higher priority. Get that out of here. Do we have any polluted ice here? I don't think so. Okay. And then we want an automation button just right here, so I can turn it on and off whenever we need it. There we go. Let's go here. Add those. And then in a moment, we'll just keep that all enclosed away from the area. And then we'll break that. And then we'll allow liquids and ice to be made. There we go. Looking great. Super excited about this. Like, this asteroid is such a really good challenge. I'd never ever sit here and try and do this stuff all the time. So trying out a new asteroid is pretty cool. Seeing how it works, seeing how the different mechanics are compared to regular asteroid. I feel like in most cases, like if you try to do an achievement run, it's always unique on the different asteroids. So finding out how to get to the really hard achievements like Locavore and Carnivore, like these are the two hard achievements to get on some of the more difficult asteroids. So I think one way I did it was when I had shovels, and then with the shovels they give you the same amount of meat as the mammoths. I think 16,000. No, less. They give you less. 16,000. These give you more. So I think I have an idea of how to get the achievement run for this asteroid, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Let's see if we can add some more. Let's see, what do we need? We need a vent to go here. And then we want a pipe to go here and over. That's an insulated pipe. We don't want to send out any of the heat that's going to be inside of here. We have snow, some phosphorus. We do need to sweep up the polluted water. Let's hurry up on that. We don't want that sitting there. Okay, they're going to drop all that. And then water is going to start seeping in immediately. Alright, they need to really get that. Thank you. Just wanted to get the polluted water out of there since I think it melted. Okay. Looking good. So that's going to send all this water in here. And then this is going to get cooled off. Toasty surroundings. Yeah, better than it being cold. You guys don't like it when it's cold. Oh, they need power. Okay, we're gonna change this to like an 8. There we go. Couple duplicates are running, so that's giving us a little bit extra amount of power over there. We're sending all of the water. It would probably be better to put it in a reservoir, kind of like this up here, but honestly, this is fine because we have to melt other sources of water. Let's just put water in this one. And then deconstruct you, deconstruct you. Let's get rid of... No, we'll leave the wire there for now. So, you know, as we're moving along here, I'm trying to compartmentalize the areas. That way it's easier in the long run. Later on in the like the mid-game cycles, we want to make sure that we are providing, you know, enough oxygen and we're moving forward in our research. So we'll probably have to go up to the roof of the asteroid, so we can get rockets going and those kinds of things. Another thing we want to do, just keep going straight up. I think we just have a goal. We went down, right? Well, we went down and somehow polluted ice melted on its way down. That's how cold it got. Or not melted, froze in place. Building broke. Oh no. Alright, so this water's too cold again. We need it to go back in. So we're gonna let it do that. And when it gets warm again, that's when we will let it go through. But we have plenty of water. It's at 16.8 degrees, so that's not going to break all of the pipes like we've had in the previous episode. Okay. See, we still have a bunch of these that are not going at the same time. Alright, so this is a little bit too long. We're gonna do something a little dicey in a moment here. Change this priority to a 9. Oh, it is a 9. How about like now? There we go. This will save us some power. In and out, in and out, in and out. Oh no. Too much liquid. Alright, so here's what we do then. We get rid of the water. That water right here. Thank you, Ellie. And then same thing here. It's alright if the water falls down. I just wanted to get rid of all that polluted water. That's just too much of it around there. There we go. Plants have died. Completely died? Like, really? How did they die? It's just not enough oxygen? Oh, it's these because it was too hot. Okay. There we go. Oh, well, we're not providing water enough right now, are we? There we go. Much better. So let's actually just deconstruct this. This would have been a better idea to begin with. Just let all the water roll over. There we go. Then we'll have enough water to give us oxygen, and we won't have any issues with that. Okay. Buildings only. Let's break those two right here. And then that should be plenty. That'll give us some space back, and we're not so cornered to do everything. Same thing, we need to change the priority of these right here. And then once this is done, all this water is out here, we can break this back apart so they can go up and down again. There we go, that wasn't so bad. We'll want that turned off. We don't need the temporizer going at the moment. All right, let's move it a little bit faster. They have a lot of stuff to do. All right, we got research done. That's good. We need to get rid of this as well. So yeah, if it gets too hot, it actually completely destroys the plant, which I never knew that could happen. That's a new one for me. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, but it just said it died and everything. I don't remember ever seeing that before. And we've been doing our achievement run for like 4 or 5 months now on the other asteroid. So that's why I was a little like, wow, I'd never seen that before. Okay, let's get rid of all of these. We can change it to everything. Okay, there you go. We don't need this power going over here anymore. Everything looks good. Perfect. Just give him a little bit more time, and then we will mop up all this water and then start cleaning up this pipe. Also get rid of this pipe as well. They aren't really using it anymore, so... Let's see, what did we get? We got the radiation stuff, we got the study material, or material study terminal. Okay, we've got all this water. Let's just mop it up. No, I said mop it up, not, yeah, there we go. And then that'll be the highest priority right here. They are running, and running. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is have a petroleum generator over here. The next step is gonna be to add that in the background for some extra power. It's going to produce polluted water, and then we use the polluted water with a sieve, drop that off into this room, and then that water should be just enough to keep everything the way we want it. Thank you. There we go. We also need to mop up all of this. There we go. And then let's break this open. There we go. If we break this open, then all the carbon dioxide can fall like it should be, instead of getting caught up there. Much better. So these can keep growing. Oh man, that all turned into ice down here. It's so cold. Okay, we are going to put a tile here, so that way none of this keeps creeping up and falling into there like that. We don't want that. All right. I think we'll just need to keep pulling all the ice out of here, put the polluted ice like over here in this vicinity, and then that should really help with keeping everything in a nice input-output away from the water source that we have over here. What's on top here? That'll give them soggy peat. We don't want soggy peat. But let's see. We are going to slow it down. It is about that time, everyone. I hope you're enjoying watching us go through this and figure out how to handle this asteroid. I'm trying to provide a long-term perspective on this type of series, and the reason that I provide every bit of gameplay is only to not cut anything out that someone might find helpful. So please excuse, you know, the fact that we aren't fast forwarding or skipping through some of the builds like the SPOM or, you know, the water area, the water reservoir, or anything like that. I really want to help people out if we can, especially because this asteroid is not easy. Even for experienced players, I know I was struggling a little bit, and I have a good amount of experience in this game. So other than that, I think we will just continue with this on our Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we will probably change up the achievement run once we are completed with that. I may make some minor details and go over that in my next episode with that. But here we are. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.